Good Friday morning, CLA students. I hope that you guys have had a great week, and I want you to all enjoy the weekend. We have 2 weeks of distant learning now that we have accomplished, and you guys are doing awesome. So thank you so much. And just want to remind you that check our YouTube channel out. Miss Mullins has a great writing activity that students can go on and do to get a little practice with their writing. And then Mrs. Sparks does a live reading each day at 2. So tune into those and just some interaction with your teachers, and I really encourage you to do that. So I want to start something every day, and I haven't done this in a while, but I thought I want to start doing it for myself and give you guys a word of encouragement each day. So I call this Jar of Positivity. And I'm going to take one out each day. I have it filled with little pieces of paper. And I'm going to take the first one out. And it says, oh, this is very good for this time. I will feel passionately about feeling healthy. So we all want to stay healthy at this time of year for sure. And I hope that we're all practicing washing our hands and social distancing, and I want you to remain healthy because I'm ready to see you. Let's finish up our reading for this week. And next week, I told you to stay in tune to my readings each day because I'm going to be traveling away from school into some different areas that are going to be fun. And I'm excited to do that next week. So we're going to do chapter 12 today, the 5th worm. Billy has eaten 4 worms so far. Look, said Billy to himself, staring down at the fried worm on the plate. Be sensible. How can it hurt me? I've eaten 4 already. Tom was just scared. He's like that. He eggs other people on, but he never wants to do anything himself. Give up? Asked Alan. Come on, said Joe. We haven't got all day. 5 more minutes, said Alan. Then I win. There's no time limit, said Billy. For the first time, he wondered what he'd do if he lost. Where could he get $50? But how could he eat 10 more? Big, fat, ugly, soft, brown things. He couldn't ask his father for $50. He heard Joe and Alan whispering together. He's gonna quit. Yeah, I knew he'd never make it when I bet with him. He talks big. Him and Tom are just the same, but they never do anything. Billy gritted his teeth, glopped on ketchup, mustard, salt, grated cheese, whatever was on the crate. Anything, everything, and then grabbed up the worm and tore it apart with his hands, stuffing it into his mouth, chewing and swallowing and gulping. Then, panting, he reached out and wiped his gooey hands on Alan's trousers and grinned messidly up at him and said, There, 5. In chapter 13, we will go ahead and read, Nothing to Worry About. That night, Alan asked his father to show him $50. After that, he couldn't sleep, tossing and turning in his rumpled bed. Suppose he lost. He could just see himself asking his father for $50, begging for it, on his knees, tears streaming down his cheeks, and then, at Thanksgiving dinner, cringing while all of his aunts and uncles and cousins roared over his father's story of Alan's bet. He slid out of bed and snuck down the carpeted hall to his parents' bedroom. You got to wake him, Mrs. O'Hara. You got to, he whispered into the phone. It's an emergency. I got to speak to him. I got a hoarse throat, Mrs. O'Hara. That's why I'm whispering, please. Gee, thanks, Mrs. O'Hara. Now I won't ever call this late again. He waited, gnawed at his thumbnail. A board creaked on the stairs. He stiffened. All there was silence. What do you want? Said Joe suddenly over the telephone. Geez, I was sleeping. You woke me up. Joe, suppose I lose. My father will never let me take the money out of my savings account. I know he won't. You think I'll lose, Joe? Huh, Joe? Tell me. Give it to me straight, Joe. I got to know. I can't sleep. Joe sighed. Look, I told you this afternoon. You got nothing to worry about. He's cracking. Sure, he ate that one today. Sure, he might. We'll continue with chapter 14 next week. Just want you to have a great weekend. Also, please go on and try to guess where I am each day. And like I said, next week, tune in. It's going to be a lot of fun. See you later. Love you. Bye.